I'm here to present the most important award of the night, the Chad Ocho Cinco Memorial Award for Excessive Celebration.
I ain't riding no waves, too busy making my own waves, baby. I ain't riding no waves, too busy making my own waves, baby. I ain't riding no waves, too busy making my own waves, baby. I ain't riding no waves.
All right, so there's no such thing as an excessive celebration when you talk about Chad Ocho Cinco, but it's your job now to give this award to whoever you believe was the winner of the Excessive Celebration Award. Was it Arthur Blank? Was it Odell Beckham Jr.? Was it Antonio Brown?
You know
was it Paul Pogba? Oh, no, that's you.
That's me, yeah, that's me. You know, man, what in the world?
That is fantastic.
That's what you look like.
Real, nice
Show it to
real.
our fans over there. So
That's when you thought you were on Demolition Man.
You know what? I have my own dancers right now.
Oh,
Where
yeah?
are my
Okay.
dancers? Where are my
You're gonna give-
dancers?
Oh!
Yeah, you got more rhythm than Tom Brady, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Go for it, George. They're right here, man. All right. Boom. So who gets the award? You can't give it
You
to
know
the
what?
Samba
I
Angels.
can't give it to the Samba dancers, but the award would have to go to Odell Beckham for continuing to be himself the entire year. Antonio Brown, you know, they chastised him a little bit and he slowed it down. I love him to death, but Odell, man, keep doing your thing. I love you, and don't let him change you.
That's the key.
Don't let
Blondes
him
staying together.
The no fun NFL. Don't let them change them.
All right. Well done. So congratulations. We'll make sure Odell Beckham Jr. gets that very special trophy.
That's right.
Homemade,
Worthy.
but worthwhile.
Homemade?
All right. Now
Here we
it's
go.
Monday, and we're still a little hungover from the Super Bowl, so let's compare some of the best ideas we could come up with. So, Pepe, what do we got today?
More legendary catch, Julian Edelman or David Tyree.
All right, Julian Edelman and David Tyree. That Edelman catch was incredible because you had Offer with the tip, and it was hitting feet and everything. And then the Tyree catch was sick because it was just him on his helmet. So you've been there, you've done
Yeah.
that. Which one was actually more legendary, Chad?
You know, this is crazy. This is really hard for me because you have to understand the magnitude of the game. And we talk about the Super Bowl, and dude, it's hard. Edelman's catch, he had his eyes on the ball the entire time. So if it's based on degree of difficulty, I probably have to go with David Tyree because he couldn't see the ball and it was pinned to his helmet, and he had no way of controlling.
But how did Edelman do it?
I mean, this is
I
amazing.
mean-
the fact that it was like pinball, and then there's the Tyree catch that you were
And
just
see,
referring to.
with Tyree's catch, if you look, he can see the ball, but then he loses it because behind him on the side of his helmet. And I think that the degree of difficulty, I give the edge to Tyree, being that Edelman had his eyes on the ball the whole time and just had to read and react. So I'm going to go with this being the most legendary catch.
All right, George.
And I just gave my reason why, so don't question me.
I'm going to go with Julian Edelman only because, number one, look how many guys he's got surrounding him. No offense to Rodney Harrison, who's one of the greatest safeties of all time.
He equals 3 guys.
Well, no, not necessarily. I know he may have hit you that hard that you think that's the case, but because he's got so many guys that he's got to deal with, he's got the 3 guys there, and of course, look, 2 guys get their hands on it, 1 guy gets his foot on it, so we'll go with Julian Edelman.
Okay.
All right, you're the tiebreaker here, I think.
I'm going to get, you know, this is one of those, and to
Work
my
with
people.
me. Work with me.
Now, here,
Absolutely. With my people in Boston, I know that this is the amazing thing is that the Edelman catch is their David Tyree. So they got it back. I know I was rooting for the Falcons.
Well, they
but that's
can't
another
complain
story.
about it anymore.
Absolutely. There we go. And that's the key.
there's still one down with the Manningham
George, you know
catch,
I
though.
love you, but I'm going to go over here. And the reason is, you know what? I'm not even going to vote.
It disappeared.
That's it.
You
No,
did.
no.
It's gonna
No,
do-
we got you. We're good.
Thank you, George.
Hey, this is, you get your real vote here on Nacion ESPN.
There we go. Every vote counts on Nacion ESPN. And the most important thing is, for me, not only the magnitude of the moment is similar, right? They're both very, you know, but we're talking about them ruining the Patriots going for 19-0 season. So just for that moment, not only the fact of what Chad Johnson just talked about, who is always saying, that's an easy catch. That one he actually said, that's a pretty hard one.
Very different.
Not that one. Let's take a look and see. Yes, 65%
It is David Tyree.
still.
Told
are
you. I
on
told
the
you.
David Tyree, the strength.
David Tyree is at home, clapping it up. Yeah, baby, I'm still the man.
And he wants that trophy, but it's already Pepe's. So what do we got, Pepe?
Go.
More devastating loss against the Patriots, the 2015 Seahawks with the interception or the 2017 Falcons?
I mean, there's not much to say. They should have given it to
That's easy.
beast mode, but they didn't. And the Falcons, it was a team effort in letting that fall apart. So, Chad, more devastating loss.
I mean, it goes without saying. You have the Super Bowl right in your hands. Right in your hands. Wait a minute.
I'm like, wait, you going Falcons or you going Seahawks?
He's going Seahawks.
Seahawks, most devastating loss.
he
You're on
is.
the 1 yard line. You give it to
Look at
beast
this.
mode, and you win the Super Bowl.
25-point lead.
Hey, close, huh?
And a 25-point lead.
Yeah, but you're playing against Brady and Belichick. I got to tell you they were still going to win. Let's go. On the 1 yard line, you're guaranteed a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Hand it off.
I'm with him. I'm going with this. You have literally you had the game in your hands. You can decide it. These guys certainly let things slip, but and could decide it. But when you're on offense, you have infinitely more control than you do on defense. So yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks as well.
All right, Marley.
Then let's say my vote does, if I do a little bit better right now, my technical fingers are not working very well. I'm going a little against the grain, and this is why. Because if you go with historic, this is, right, the largest comeback ever. It's never happened. It is a historic loss. That's the moment where it hurts. Because I feel like not only, I agree with you that they had it right there, and they should have given the ball to Marshawn Lynch, and we all know about that. But I feel that that lead that the Falcons had, with the MVP season that Matt Ryan had, with the chance of actually showing up at the Super Bowl and giving this to your people, devastating. I was devastated. I'm sure all of Atlanta didn't rise up, and they're all devastated.
It seemed like this was one play, and this was an avalanche. It just kept happening. Because when you look at the sequences, it's the fumble, it's two-point conversions, it's sacks. I mean, it was just everything coming together.
The game started off super swell for Atlanta Falcons. It started off great. But what happens when you go into halftime and Bill and Brady get to make adjustments, and you come out and think you're going to do the same thing you did in the first half, and it didn't work?
And here's why this one is more devastating with the Seahawks. These guys immediately were furious in the postgame about the play call, of not giving it to Marshawn Lynch. These guys weren't. They at least played it off like they weren't necessarily that upset.
I think they did this on purpose. This is
to
why
give Russell Wilson the MVP.
That too, and sometimes I think ego and pride got in the way of those that called the plays and didn't want the man of the hour to be Marshawn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, let's see what happens.
Well, here's
Look at that.
Who did that?
Yeah.
Who's responsible
You're wrong.
for this?
Really?
It's that simple.
Who did this?
Marley
Thank
wins
you,
according to
Nacion.
Nacion ESPN.
Yes, Nacion.
So
Who voted?
who voted? We're going to vote for Tom Brady and the Samba Angels. Everybody